Hey everyone. Welcome to Top Tech News. This is your news channel for getting updated with the latest tech news headlines and their impact on business and our lives. To read the full news article for any of the news that we cover, simply click on its link given below in the description. To stay updated, show us some love and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This way you would be informed whenever we upload a new video. Hi, my name is Dee and I am your host for today. Today's top headlines are: Mercedes-Benz unveils EQA electric SUV with 265 miles of range. Bianchi launches new family of electric bicycles. U.S. Army preps for key tests of seeker capable of attacking maritime targets. Canon close to releasing AI-powered Powershot camera. LG considers leaving the mobile business. Let's get started. Mercedes-Benz unveils EQA electric SUV with 265 miles of range. Mercedes-Benz has unveiled the production version of the EQA, a new electric SUV that is adding to the German automaker's EQ electric lineup. The first version of the EV offers 265 miles of range and starts at around $46,000. Back in 2017, Mercedes unveiled the EQA concept at the Frankfurt Auto Show. It was a compact hatchback at the time. Last year, Mercedes changed its strategy for the EQA and made the vehicle an electric crossover. Now, with the release of the production version, the German automaker confirms that it is a small SUV comparable to the GLA in Mercedes lineup. It has a length of 4,463 millimeters, or 175.7 inches, width of 1,834 millimeters, or 72.2 inches, height of 1,620 millimeters, or 63.8 inches, and a wheelbase of 2,729 millimeters, or 107.4 inches. Mercedes commented on the design comparison with the GLA, calling the EQA an all-electric sibling. For the first version of the EQA, Mercedes says that the vehicle is equipped with 66.5 kilowatt-hours battery pack. However, that's the usable capacity. The pack is rated 190 amp-hours at 420 volt, which would mean a total capacity of 79 kilowatt-hours, leaving a giant, almost 13 kilowatt-hours buffer. Merc claimed that the battery pack enables a range of 486 kilometers, or 301 miles, but that's based on the next cycle, which is not really useful. The WLTP range is 426 kilometers, or 265 miles, which is much more achievable on 66.5 kilowatt-hours of energy capacity. The battery pack can be charged through 11 kilowatts level 2 onboard charger, or it can be DC fast charged up to 100 kilowatts in about 30 minutes. The EQA's battery pack sends power to a 140 kilowatts front-wheel drive motor that can accelerate 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, or 62 miles per hour, in 8.9 seconds. Mercedes says that it will launch future options, including all-wheel drive and longer range versions, at a later date. Interestingly, the company says that it will focus on efficiency rather than bigger battery packs in order to deliver more range. The first version of the EQA, the Mercedes-Benz EQA 250, is available in 3 different trims: the base version called Progressive, Electric Art, and an AMG line. Mercedes only released the price in Germany, where the EQA is going to start at €47,540.50 euros. When removing VAT and converting to USD, that's about $46,000. The EQA is expected to start deliveries later this year. Bianchi launches new family of electric bicycles. Italian bicycle manufacturer Bianchi has just unveiled a new series of electric bicycles as part of its e-Omnia family. The new e-bikes cover a wide range of riding styles, including both on- and off-road adventures. The 3 new e-bike lines comprise a total of 8 new models. The new model lines in the e-Omnia family include C-Type for city, T-Type for touring, including men's and women's versions, and a full suspension model FT-Type. X-Type for mountain, including a full suspension model FX-Type. The e-Omnia family follows the previous e-SUV line, including the flagship Bianchi e-SUV full carbon electric mountain bike that was seen at the last Eurobike trade show. Along with the new e-bike family, Bianchi is also announcing a new 3D online configurator. The new configurator tool allows riders to customize the build of their new e-bike, including choosing among options such as belt or chain drive, ABS braking, and utility options such as kickstands and carriers, in addition to various colorways. The e-Omnia family is powered by the Bosch Performance CX motor, which puts out 85 Nm of torque and provides up to 340% rider assist. Riders can choose between a 500 Wh or 625 Wh battery pack, or can even opt for dual batteries to double their range. For safety, built-in 40 lux lighting can provide a visibility range up to 100 meters, or 330 feet, and remains visible to others from up to 500 meters, or 1,640 feet, according to Bianchi. The e-Omnia C-Type is the urban-optimized line and offers both a built-in rear rack and step-through frame for ultimate utility. The C-Type starts at €3,320, approximately $4,025. The e-Omnia T-Type is a full-suspension touring bike designed to blur the line between street and trail riding. The T-Type starts at €3,370, approximately $4,085. The e-Omnia FT Type adds rear suspension to the touring model while retaining an integrated rear rack, an option we rarely see on full-suspension electric bicycles. The rear suspension on the FT Type adds to the price significantly though, with this model starting at €4,900, approximately $5,940. The e-Omnia X-Type and FX Type represent the hardtail and full-suspension electric mountain bikes in the line, respectively. Mudguards are integrated into the head tube, forks crown, under the down tube, and on the back of the seat. The FX Type also offers an asymmetrical swing arm to avoid chainstay damage or noise. The X-Type and FX Type start at €3,450, approximately $4,185, and €4,800, approximately $5,820, respectively. All models are now available via the company's online configurator tool. U.S. Army preps for key tests of Seeker capable of attacking maritime targets. The U.S. Army is preparing for key tests of a multimode Seeker for munitions that will be capable of attacking maritime targets, but current funding will prevent a faster timeline to integrate it into the Army's future long-range missile, according to Brigadier General John Rafferty, who is in charge of the service's long-range precision fires modernization efforts. The Precision Strike Munition, or PRSM, is on track for initial fielding in 2023, but the in-development multimode Seeker, known as the Land-Based Anti-Ship Missile, or LBASM, will be integrated into the capability at a later date. The Army had hoped to accelerate the integration of the LBASM Seeker in order to get after maritime and emitting integrated air defense system targets by hanging on to funding made available when one of the two vendors with funding to competitively develop PRSM made an early exit. Lockheed Martin has stayed on as the sole developer of the PRSM missile after Raytheon ducked out before its first test shot in March 2020. But the fiscal 2021 spending bill did not provide enough funding to move quicker, Rafferty said in a recent interview. While the Army won't be moving faster to integrate the Seeker, the service is heading into a February captive carry test of the LBASM Seeker at White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico, Rafferty said. Following that test, the Army will put the Seeker inside a surrogate system to begin to refine its performance in a high-speed missile, in order to reduce the risk for integration into PRSM. If the funding had lined up, the Army had hoped to deliver an urgent material release capability of the integrated Seeker into PRSM in 2025. Canon close to releasing AI-powered Powershot camera. Canon has publicly stated that it plans to put notable effort behind specialized cameras as it prepares for the future of the digital camera industry. Therefore, this latest rumor of a Powershot camera driven by AI would make a lot of sense. Canon has been showing off an AI-powered fixed-lens camera for some time, the first instance of which happened at the photography show in the United Kingdom, and then again last year at CES in Las Vegas. At CES, the camera was called an intelligent compact camera. From what has been seen in the past, it's not the typical form factor associated with Canon Powershot products. While no specific timeline was revealed and the name is still a mystery, if the concept cameras that have been shown are indicative of the finished product, the camera would be fully automated and take pictures for you. Once in place, it would automatically monitor an environment and capture images of what it sees based on the faces that it can recognize. The idea is that instead of having to rely on a person to take photos of memorable events, just setting and forgetting this little AI-powered camera would allow everyone to enjoy an event without the burden of being the photographer. This camera was able to be controlled by voice commands, would be useful for parties where it could be set up as a photo booth camera, and it could also serve as a discrete security camera. At the time, Canon was stating some of its core specifications: a 12-megapixel 1 by 2.3 inches CMOS sensor, a 19 to 57 mm equivalent lens, electronic image stabilization, dust and waterproofing, and an internal battery that could last as long as 2.5 hours. It could be plugged in via USB-C, also has a microSD card port, and could connect both via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Of note, Canon also showed the now-released Powershot Zoom along with this yet-to-be-named AI Powershot camera at CES in 2020, which does indicate that while Canon never promised the AI camera would come to market, it is certainly a distinct possibility. LG not only stops making LCD iPhone screens but also considers leaving the mobile business. LG Display has ceased making LCD iPhone screens, and abandoned hopes of doing so in the future, according to a supply chain report. Separately, the company has stated that it may cease making its own smartphones. LG once rivaled Samsung as a key supplier of iPhone screens, and Apple benefited from having two companies able to meet both technical and volume requirements. Two suppliers provided redundancy in Apple's supply chain, as well as giving the company negotiating strength when it came to allocating orders to the two companies. Things changed when Apple began transitioning to OLED with the iPhone X. LG was late to recognize the industry trend from LCD to OLED, and was ill-prepared for Apple's switch. That left Samsung as the sole supplier for Apple's flagship phones for some time. LG did finally manage to catch up and win Apple OLED orders, but suffered technical problems even after doing so, and Samsung still retains a technical lead. The factory which made the LCD screens is reportedly being repurposed to make display panels for cars. LG is the current market leader in automobile displays of 9 inches or larger. Apple won't be short of LCD suppliers though, with Japan Display and Sharp picking up the slack. The bigger news is though around LG leaving the smartphone business altogether. It has had nearly 6 successive loss-making years despite a $5 billion commitment, and it seems that has finally led to the decision. The Korea Herald says that CEO Kwon Bong-suk, in a message to staffers, suggested that change was coming. A company official later told the paper that it was about time for LG to make a cold judgment about the ailing mobile division. Citing fierce competition in the handset market, the official that LG was looking at sale, withdrawal and a downsizing of the smartphone business. Kwon, who assumed the top job at LG in early 2020, promised that the mobile division would be profitable by 2021. He didn't explain how he was planning to turn around the slide, beyond launching new phones with wow factors to woo consumers. In the last year, however, the company has launched the Velvet with a dual screen case and wing, with its wacky flip-up display. Naturally, LG has also been showing off its rollable phone, which was expected to debut at some point this year. That, however, is likely to sit in the ultra-premium tier, and may not be enough to reverse LG's ever-dwindling market share, which StatCounter said had fallen to 1.7% in December 2020. That same month, LG announced that it would outsource the design and construction of its low-end phones to third-party ODM manufacturers. In his message to employees, Kwon reportedly said that some of the employees, potentially around 60%, would be reassigned to other parts of LG's business. It's not clear if the other 40% will remain in the far smaller mobile arm or let go, although it's likely that LG will need to retain some of that institutional knowledge. One of the reasons that Sony kept its mobile division running so long is to ensure it can leverage the technologies used in phones for any future frontier of gadgets. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you found it helpful. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And do show us some love by clicking on the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful day everyone, and we will be back again soon.